Hi, so this is a video I wasn't expecting to do today. So normally Royal Mail is really rubbish, the postal service is really rubbish near me, and I hardly ever get any post on a Monday, but the gods have smiled on me, especially Rebellion, who published 2000 AD. So I joined their, I decided to get my 2000 AD and Judge Dredd magazine subscription direct from them, because it was just a nightmare trying to get it on a weekly basis from my local comic shop, because Diamond is still fucking things up in the UK with deliveries, so a lot of things were getting weird shipping. So I was getting like a 2000 AD prog one week, and then the week after I get one from the week before that, and it was all upside down. So I thought, right, I'll get it from the source. And I do recommend, if you're in the UK, or even if you're in other countries, because they do ship internationally, take a subscription out, because it's cheaper. You pay monthly, and I save about £8 a month. And this year they're offering a 50% voucher, what you can use on anything that you buy that's full price on their website. And if your basket's got like 8 items in that are full price, you get 50% off everything. I was tempted to do that, but I thought, no, I need to buy food, and I need to buy other comics as well this month. So I just got one item, but it's an item that I've been waiting for it to come out for bloody ages, and it's finally arrived. And I've been sensible. I've removed my my address, so I'm not going to get doxed. So it came in this sturdy box. So this cut direct from the publishers, from Rebellion, and just remove that. It is Action, the archival collection before the ban. So strictly speaking, Action wasn't banned, but it was heavily censored after about, I think it's after about 26 issues or so. There's a big outcry in Parliament. Mary Whitehouse was like this big censorship force in the UK in the 70s and 80s, and it filtered out through like the Daily Mail and papers like that, saying, "Oh, it's corrupting the children, it's promoting violence, it's promoting anarchy, etc." Which, in retrospect, maybe it was, but hey, what's wrong with a bit of anarchy and violence? So, I think there's going to be another volume that will collect all the issues from before they got heavily censored, before it got basically had its balls cut off. So it's in this really sturdy hardcover edition. Normally it's £44.99. Because I got it with my voucher, it cost me £25, I think, £26 including postage. That's including the postage. So it's in this really gorgeous hardcover. That's the end piece, and there's a different frontispiece. I love how it's this red on yellow. The paper, as per usual for a book published by Rebellion, is extremely high quality. They really do better quality collections than any of the American competitors. So how many pages does it have? So this basically is showing the comics. It's collecting. It's called archival for a reason. It's got a table of contents, creator contents at the back. It's got just shy of 400 pages. So let's have a quick look inside. So that's the cover. Gives you an introduction by the brains behind it all, and one of the brains behind 2000 AD, Pat Mills, famous for writing Charlie's War, being instrumental in writing some of the strongest Judge Dredd strips. He also did Flesh, ABC Warriors, Nemesis the Warlock, and many other groundbreaking series. So it's a very substantial introduction from him. And then there's one from Steve McManus, who I think was the editor at the time. Gives you a chronological list of contents, so that's really good. The contents, I've not got my glasses on, that's why I had to lift it up. The contents, it's listing where the stories appear, but what they've done, unlike say an American omnibus or collection, they've reprinted the comics as they were. So you get the covers, you get the adverts, you get everything. So I'm not separating stories into blocks of story. So it's as if you're reading it as a weekly comic. So, whoa, the paper, oh, it's so nice. So you get the ads, This is issue 1, so you got all these adverts here. This is Dredger, which is basically like the UK's version of Dirty Harry. Really, really violent. I think he works for the MI6 or MI5, something like that. Then you've got War 1, Hellman of Hammerforce. It has all the creators, like I said, at the back. And then you've got a boxing one. This was quite controversial for some. You've got to remember, this was 1975 when it first came out. And the main character of this, it's Blackjack. Main character of this was a black boxer called Blackjack. I think it was set in Victorian era. Or was it? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Oh no, I think it's modern day, or 70s, obviously, because that's when it came out. And then some more adverts. I'm so pleased to pick this up. And then there's a football one, Play Till You Drop. So action really was action. It covered all different genres, and this was the true bad boy of the comic, Hookjaw, which was obviously Jaws had just come out in 75. So this was our version of Jaws, and obviously with Pat Wills being the brains behind it, we had to up the violence. So Hookjaw was even more rabid than Jaws, and they had a hook stuck permanently through the bottom of the jaw, hence the name Hookjaw. Artwork is gorgeous as well. Some sports info there. And then there's a sports strip, Sports Not For Losers. They called Len Walker a slob, and they were right. But again, being an action strip, it's sports, but very dirty, street level sports. There's a lot of action, a lot of violence. There's a war one about a coffin sub. And then you've got an advert. And a Running Man. This is like a thriller. Showing you what's coming out next week's issue. And then you've got Action, issue 2, 7p. God, could you imagine if comics were 7p now? Wonderful. And you get free inside. You get a free Hookjaw. Dredger's they're really pushing Dredger to be the star of the comic. So Dredger starts everything off. In England in the early 70s, there was TV shows like The Sweeney and that lot, which were really hard-boiled British detective ones. And I think they were leaning into that, and obviously the violent exploitation films in America as well. And then you've got Hellman, Blackjack. So they're keeping them in the way that they were in the first issue chronologically. And is there going to be a new strip next week? Let's have a look. Oh, it's not there yet. So Running Man, and now we're on to the next issue 3, 1976 February. So I'm just going to jump ahead, see the voice going to be here for hours, just see how, I don't want to ruin it for myself, how it moves on a little bit. So we're now on 27th of March 1976. So again, Hookjaw's still as big as ever. I like how I like that. That's used on the main cover. So you got Dredger there. I like the logo for the newly revamped Dredger thing. So let's just move it on a bit more. So we've got Hellman here, King Panzer. The good, the bad, the ugly. I can't really convey the size of it properly, so I'll just get this comic and hold it up. So it's bigger than an American comic, because this is the font, so they've kept it to the size of what a British comic is, which is always what I guess the closest thing you got in America would be the Black Label prestige editions, were like almost like a magazine size. But there's no, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no dip in quality with the artwork either. The same artist stayed on, or if it got replaced, it was replaced with equally great artists. Oh, and Helman's changed now, so what's it called? Africa Core before? No, it's Hammerforce, now it's Africa of the Africa Core. And it looks like the art has changed, but again, the art looks amazing. And like one of my online friends, Geeky or Hog, I'm also a bit of a fan of classic war comics, especially British war comics, so this makes me really happy. Advertisement for Action Man, who was our version of G.I. Joe, much more grounded in reality, and he had gripping hands. So nice advertisement there. Hookjaw in glorious bloody colour. Some cartoons. There's a new strip, Green's Grudge War. Half of these strips I never even knew existed. Obviously I'm aware of like the main ones like Hookjaw and Dredger and Hellman, but some of these others are brand new to me. And I think another strip that does join later on is Look Out for Lefty, which is like a really rags to riches, gritty football strip. So that should be in volume 2. And another one which was the one which caused the outcry for them to heavily censor the comic was The Kids Are Alright, or The Kids Are Okay, something like that, and that will be in the next volume. So yeah, this is gorgeous. So like I said, on the back matter, it gives you all the bios of all the creators involved, which is really superb. So this is even better than I could have imagined. It's very, very heavy. It's a solid hardback, beautiful inner pieces, very, very heavy paper stock. Couldn't have asked for a nicer format. Some people saying, "Oh, I only like the online cover, the one which has got like a black and white illustration of Hookjaw." Fuck that. I want it to be garish, because that's what Action was. It was garish. It was full colour. It was vibrant. It was visceral, and this is what this cover demonstrates. It's got the action of the box in, so you got sports, war, cops, and horror, which sums up Action perfectly. And I think in volume 2, I think it's either pinball or spinball comes in as well in volume 2. So I'll get that when it comes out. And there is one coming out soon, which I will put on order, which is Star-Lord, which came out roughly about a year or two later than 2000 AD, and it's like the more upmarket, luxurious version of a science fiction comic. So that's getting collected in I think it's September, something like that. But yeah, really, really happy with that. So Action Before the Ban, Volume 1 from Rebellion. Gorgeous. Honestly, if you've got to buy one book that sums up why British comics were so cool in the 70s, they really were punk rock compared to American comics, this sums it up perfectly, even more so than 2000 AD. So very, very happy. Hope you enjoyed that, and bye.